Hi, okay, this is the Harjung Man Cave. We live about 5 miles from Notre Dame near South Bend, Indiana, and have about 1,300 square feet down here. Almost all Chicago teams and Notre Dame. Get around the corner here, we got a nice signed 11 by 14 of Joe Montana. And actually, when I used to volunteer at the College Football Hall of Fame here in South Bend, had a chance to meet Franco Harris, and he was kind enough to sign this large ticket for me. And then a couple things from when I played in college, and my son played in high school, and then growing up coaching him. And a nice picture of my wife with my son in his senior year at Penn High School. Real quickly, I want to pop in here. It's where I do my working out, but I also had the opportunity to pick up that 6-time poster of the Bulls winning the championship. Got that out of a bar in Chicago. And then I got this poster. It's actually canvas, and it's hand painted. And I got it out of O'Hare Airport. Nice folks at American Airlines sent that over to me. And we've got a half bath down here. And down here we have quite a few pieces. One of my favorites is me at a charity auction with Eric Parsegan and Mike Ditka. Had a chance to have lunch with them. I was the MC and got a picture between the two of them and had them sign it. So, bunch of nice Notre Dame autographed 8x10s. This is a cool flag from that auction, from that golf tournament and what have you for the Special Olympics. And then a bunch of other cool pieces here. Gail Sayers, Dick Butkus, Jared Patterson again, Rocket Ishmael. So just a bunch of cool pieces in there. And then I have another couple awards I got when I played in college. A nice picture of my daughter and myself at the rooftops at Wrigley. My brother and I had our first Notre Dame game back in the early 80s after I'd graduated from school. And then had the opportunity to golf with Ernie Banks on a private course in Whittier, California with my brother and myself and one other person. People would come up to him and say things, and he wouldn't say, "How are you doing?" or "What's going on?" He'd always say, "How you feeling? How you feeling?" I've heard that 100 times that day. So, Scottie Pippen on a basketball, one of our extra TVs. Again, a gift from a friend. And just more stuff through here. Still have a little room to grow. Do have a couple extra things. There is a Howie Long, so he didn't play for Chicago or Notre Dame, but there's some Kareem and a Shaq piece and some other baseball pieces, George Brett and stuff. So one of the Bulls shelves. So, and then of course a nice big Bulls shelf and a little bit of Bears when they won the Super Bowl, and then of course the Bulls won a few. So, signed Theismann jersey, Jarrett Patterson, who just graduated, Chris Zorich, Dennis Rodman. I had the opportunity, my wife bought me the Chicago Bear helmet chair. It's over 30 years old, about 36, 37 years old. She bought that for me the year that we got engaged for Christmas. And the company was out of San Diego, so I had them make me a special make a Notre Dame one and an Occidental College one, which is where I played, and I'll show that to you later. Again, just more stuff down here. Notre Dame, like I said, mostly Chicago, but there's a few extras as well. Joe Montana, that was actually signed to my brother who's passed, and so I kind of inherited it. Joe actually signed that for me and him. He signed the 49ers for me. This is the bulk of the basement. Got the pool table, got the bar, bunch of Notre Dame stuff, and Ernie Banks on the backside, Jerome Bettis, pictures up across, 8x10s all autographed. If they're up there, they're autographed. This Joe Montana jersey was a game-issued jersey, but was never worn. It is hand-signed by Joe, and we were able to pick that up. A nice print of all 7 Heisman Trophy winners from Notre Dame. hand-signed poster by Era and Lou again. And then my jersey when I played in college. And the helmet. And then got a really so I started collecting when I was a kid. Long story short, my mom saved that poster for me when I went off to college. Took it off my wall, salvaged it because it has some tears in it. Same with Gale Sayers. And when I got out of college, I refurbished them and framed them and put them up in my house at the time. And then was able to get a Sayers and Butkus jersey. But these two helmets, my dad happened to know Sid Luckman. And he was kind enough to get us two game-worn helmets. This is actually Mike Ditka's game-worn helmet from the early 60s. And he verified it for me, and I had him sign it at that golf outing. And if you can, you might be able to see the 89 in there. And then this other one is number 20, which was not anybody that I knew, but I had Gale Sayers and Ditka both sign it. The Heisman Trophy ball with all 7 Heisman Trophy winners on it. And then when I was an adult, I had Gale Sayers sign that for me too. When I was a kid, my dad was able to get us tickets to the Pro Luncheon, which was a luncheon we sat with the Bears. Butkus, Sayers, Richie Pettibone, Roosevelt Taylor. Got to meet Tommy Nobis and Johnny Unitas and all those at that time when the Pro Bowl was in Los Angeles, the Coliseum. Quite a few Blu-rays and DVDs. And I've also got home movies when my son was playing ball and the kids were growing up and what have you. And quite a bit of Notre Dame games and some other stuff as well. Okay, you got Newt Rockne. He's the one that started it all pretty much at Notre Dame. Wasn't the first coach, but he was the first famous coach. Won several national championships, gets credit for 3. But really made Notre Dame a household word. And that was me after my last college game. Now we're getting about to it. If you have any questions or want to talk or whatever, you can certainly look me up on Man Cave Masters. Thanks for looking.